And this is also one of the things I found out why most people are not successful, because they overlook. I want to ask a question. How do you know if you are going to be a success? How do you know you'll be successful? That's kind of dicey. It's a question that I'm sure many people have idea. Like, no, I know I'll be successful because I'm praying about it. That's wonderful. How do you? How can you tell that ultimately you will be successful? How can you tell? Can you tell? You see, life is predictable. The reason is because life is run on principles. You may be conscious of them, you may not be conscious of them, but that's the fact. Life, to a large extent, is a result. And because life is a result that depends on principles or that is run by principle, it makes it easy for anyone to predict success, to predict life outcome. So you ask someone like, okay, where will you be? Where will you be? Okay, because this platform is mainly for discussing finances. Where will you be, say, financially, 5 years from now? Can you give me an estimate of how much you think you'll be worth? Yes, I like I said, there is always room for miracles. I believe in it. I've seen God do something like that. I mean, things like that for people. There's always room for miracles, right? But assuming there is no miracle in the next 5 years, can you tell where you will be? Like we say in economics, ceteris parables, meaning all things being equal. Can you tell where you will be? If you are not able to tell, if you cannot predict whether accurately or near accurately, if you cannot predict, then you are not a success now, right now. You are not succeeding. You know why? Because you being a success 5 years or being a success 10 years from now is the accumulation of your daily successes, weekly successes, monthly successes that will accumulate over the period to give you a bigger picture of success. When you get to 5 years, you are not a success because your picture is big. You are a success 5 years from now because of your little successes today. You see, this is the reason why people are so surprised. Like, I hoped, I believed, I prayed, I did everything that I think I know, but how come I don't get it? The reason why is because you were not conscious, from your day to day, week to week, hour to hour life. You were not conscious that you were actually, your success from your day to day was what was accumulating to become the bigger success in 10 years. For me, these are easy things. These are easy things. When you say financially, for instance, I can tell you, of course, now, of course, with there must be that window of for, yeah. But I can tell you where I will be in 3 years. I can tell you where I will be in 5 years. I can tell you exactly, of course, not to the last cent, but I can tell you exactly how much money I will be worth. No, not what I will have 10 years from now. I can give you, if I'm wrong, maybe plus minus, maybe a plus minus 100,000 or so, max $500,000 if I am wrong. 500,000 more or less, but somewhere there. Now, how do you know? How are you able to predict your future? I already told you. Because my future is being determined by what I am doing now. Yeah. The decision that I'm making today, the actions I'm taking now, this is what is producing the future that I'm going to. See? So when I say things, for example, I said, my future is bright. It may not be this, we may not mean the same thing. Like somebody who is probably not doing what I am doing, who is saying his or her future is bright. See, we said the same thing, we meant two different things, right? So that's it. You can tell, it's easy to tell who is going to be success or who is a success. You know why? Because you are not going to be a success. There's no such thing. Like he's going to be a success. No, you are already a success today. See? But because and this is also one of the things I found out why most people are not successful. Because they overlook, you see, they don't take little success serious because they feel like, "Ah, this is nothing." But this little success is what will ultimately give you the big picture of success. For example, if you are saving, let's use money for instance. If you're able to save $10,000 every month, it may be, of course, depending on your level, it may be it may be a small amount of money, right? But every month you $10,000 invested, you add it to your investment every month cumulatively, and you do this every month for 12 months. That's a whole year. That means at the end of the year, you will have had like $120,000 plus, of course, accrued interest, which may be plus minus 20,000 or more or less, you know, somewhere there. So you have about $140,000. Now, $140,000 is a bigger picture than a $10,000. But you have this big picture because you were successful with $10,000 every month. See, so now you have over $100,000. It looked like you are a success, but you didn't become a success. You have been a success. That is why this picture is there. See, so when we say somebody is a success, it is not a journey. You are not going to become. You will not become successful one day. See, you are. It's like a student who said, "When my result come, I will know whether I pass or not." You are not supposed to know when your result come. You were supposed to know that you are a successful student before you wrote the exam. Let me tell you something. A true life story. I have documents to prove what I'm saying. When I finish uh, high school, some different nations now, we call it high school or grade 12 or SS3, like in Nigeria, or Form 6, whatever you call it, the bridge between the higher secondary education to the university. Before I finish my high school, you have to write. Then I wrote what we call West African certificate examination, or West African, what do you call it, WAEC. That's been a while now. So when I wrote that exam, before I wrote the exam, I applied to the university I want to go, you know, University of Leicester, the United Kingdom. So I sent a letter to the university when I was applying, and I said to I think the dean of engineering department, when I wrote the letter to him, and I said, the result I will use for this admission application, I have not yet written the exams. I'm sure if I go through my mail, I'll be able to find those results. I have not yet written the exams. And I'd like you to take note of the date of this later. And I am so sure that when I write the exams, when the results are out or passed. I wrote this when I was a teenager, and I have proof of those emails. I said, I am sure that when I write the exams and the results are out, I will pass. If you read that email, it may look to you like you're boasting. How do you know? Nobody know. I know. You know why? Because I am the one going to write the exam. I know prior to that exam, being a student in high school, I have been successful. All my results are usually A's, even to grade, what do you call it, grade 12. It's always A's. So now that I'm about to write the final exam in grade 12, nothing to change, right? So I knew I was going to pass. And then when the result came out, I before I now submit the original report, I went because I checked it online, printed out the result, email it to the man. I said the results are out, the date of the exam, the date of the result, and previous letter, like I told you, I passed. And I was offered admission to study engineering. So all I'm trying to say to you is you are a success. You can only be a success today, not tomorrow. If you are not a success yet, you are not likely to become. You're not likely to become. So don't ever say, one day I'll become successful. No, you should be a success now because that day is not coming. That day will just be a result of who you are today. Do you get the point? So I ask again, can you tell if you are a success? Are you a success? Good news is, if you're not, you can start today. Now, if you are, listen to me now, start. Of finding out what it takes to be a success. Somebody defined a success. He said, I think it's John Maxwell who defined a success. He said, success is knowing your purpose, growing to your maximum potential, sowing seeds that benefit others. Do you know your potential? Sorry, do you know your purpose? Are you growing to your maximum potential? Are you sowing seeds that benefit others? That's all it takes to be a success. So I want to wish you a great day and keep succeeding. See you in the next video.